Well, hello and welcome to At Home Today. Glad you dropped by, family. It's always great. I hope that you are in the full swing of the holiday preparations. Hope you have the cards in the mail. I hope you have your shopping done. It's getting very close, you know. And when you get to this point, if you want to do any gifts from the kitchen, like anything edible, anything you want to bake and give as a gift, this would be the good time to do it because you can still, if you need to, you can still put it into the freezer and bring it out and give it fresh then. Or if you have to ship something somewhere, like you're making fudge and you're sending it to whomever, this would be a good time because you need to get that stuff in the mail, okay? I want to talk to you about gift giving. You know, this is a time when kids are always, and I know when they get those catalogs, they start, okay, this, Mom, turn the page, this is what I want. And they've got it all marked, you know, and they know those catalogs like the back of your hand. But I hope that you'll take time to instill in your children's hearts how important it is to give a gift to somebody who doesn't have what we have. Someone who has had a rough time this year and they don't have much money. Or just somebody down the block. If it be a young person, an elderly person, whomever. You need to teach your children that sometimes they give without receiving. You say, Arlene, why would you want to do that? Because life doesn't always give back everything. And you know, God gave the greatest gift when he gave Jesus. He didn't have a lot of children. He had one son. And he said, I will give my son the greatest gift of all. And while I'm talking about that, this is a good time of the year, if you haven't already, to give yourself to the Lord Jesus Christ. That's the greatest gift you can. Today, my special niece, my better not say favorite, but she is one of my favorite nieces. She's here, and she's going to help me with gifts from the kitchen, and you don't want to miss it. We're doing a Happy Birthday Jesus cake just for the family. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Here's today's at-home hint. To keep your cakes from peeking while baking, soak paper towels with cold water and fold to fit around the outside edge of the pan. Remove for the last 10 minutes of baking, and you will have a nice, smooth top with no peaks.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, gifts from the kitchen start with, this is one of my favorite gifts. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
How you doing, sweetie?
Good.
This is my niece. And if you remember that when the kids were on, this is Rihanna's and Reno's mama, okay? And you're going to do something really interesting. I know she loves to cook. She's a great homemaker. But what are you making today for us?
We're going to make peanut butter delights.
Delights.
It's a peanut butter with chocolate on top.
Okay.
Little square bars.
Kind of a little bit like, what do you call those? Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Similar
like
to
a
that?
Reese cup. Yeah.
Reese cup. Okay.
When we were in school, they called them Hollywood square bars. We had them every Friday.
Oh,
So-
special event, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, start us out.
Okay, so you're going to use 2 pounds of powdered sugar.
Okay, that's simple. Do you have to bake these or anything, Lisa?
No, there's no baking.
No baking. This is what we like to hear. Okay.
Okay, and I leave a little bit on the bottom because
Just
you
in
don't
case.
need the full 2 pounds.
Okay.
It kind of gets a little dry. So you're going to put your peanut butter in, 1 jar of peanut butter.
And how many ounces is that?
That's 18 ounces.
18 ounces. That's a nice big. This makes a lot, huh?
Yeah, it does. You can
And-
get a couple, at least 4 dozen
Really?
out of it.
You know, the other thing too is like reminiscent of Buckeyes. They're like, then you have to dip them and all that. Well, this
Yes,
is just
it's
so
much-
easy.
It is. You spread it in a pan and cut them.
Right.
I get
That's okay. That's a snack for later. We'll not worry about
save
that.
it for later.
Okay, so you're going to do that whole jar in there. Okay. Would you use crunchy or just plain?
You could. I never tried it with crunchy, but if
I like
you
the
like
smooth.
nuts,
That's what I
then-
usually use at home. You may want to
Yeah.
try crunchy though. It would be good. Okay.
Getting it here.
Takes a while to get that. While you're doing that, I'm going to start. This is called a banana streusel bread. This is a great gift. And I just have some butter in here. I have, let's see. Let me give it to you. 1/2 cup butter and 1 cup of sugar. And you need to beat this a while, so I got it going early. Okay? Just like that. Okay, Lisa, what are you putting in there now?
Okay, I'm going to put 1 block of cream cheese, 8 ounce
So that's
cream
8 ounces.
cheese.
Okay. I know you're going to, okay, go ahead.
And this is 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Okay. Now, what do you have to mix that up?
Yeah, you have to mix this real good. It's kind of hard to do with a spoon, so I usually
So this is where the surgical
do
gloves
with the
come
gloves.
on. Okay.
And it's probably going to take me a little
Take
bit
you a while,
of
so I'll go
time.
ahead and work on this
Yeah.
then. Okay. So this is nice and fluffy. I'm going to add 1 large egg, okay? Because that needs to get nice and frothy in there, and it will. In the meantime, I have a cup of bananas, mashed ripe bananas. I'm going to put in my bowl. I'm going to add some 3 teaspoons of milk, and this would be a teaspoon of vanilla. Let me get a little spatula here. We just want to mix that around a little bit. Those are going to keep going fluffy. Wow, that is a lot. Huh?
Black with powdered sugar.
We should have thought about aprons maybe,
white,
huh?
huh?
Yeah. That's all right. Who cares? As long as it tastes good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to do my 2 cups of flour. These are the dry ingredients. And here I have a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay? Let me see. Wow, you really are. That's so thick. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Okay, now you just want to get, boy, it smells good though. Mm-hmm. Yum. Anything with peanut butter and chocolate, how could it go wrong, right? Okay, so we have these all mixed up. I'm going to slow this down, and we're going to add our bananas. Now, if you have to mash the bananas a little ahead of time, throw a little bit of lemon juice on top, and that will keep them from getting brown. Okay? We doing all right?
Yeah.
You're getting there, huh?
Gloves are a little awkward.
Yeah, they look like major business there. The kids all fired up for Christmas.
Yeah, they're excited.
Getting there, huh?
Yeah.
Sure. That's great. This is a great time of the year for kids.
Yeah,
It really
yes,
is.
it is.
She's got 2 of the, they love to draw, and I have all their pictures they draw for me, and I have them on the refrigerator, and she's taught them even to send thank yous when you send a little gift,
Yeah,
big gift, whatever. That's
yeah,
great.
I try to get them, in the good habit. And
Absolutely.
yeah, sometimes we
teach
got to
them-
remind them a lot. But
Sure, but
eventually,
but if you don't teach them, nobody else will, because they don't teach them that in school.
right.
So this is looking a little lumpy, but that's okay, because that's the way it's supposed to look. Kind of curdly, not a problem. Now, okay, I'm gonna pop this up, like so.
I'm gonna take
Need to
these
get
off.
that off of here. You okay now?
Yeah,
Good.
my hands are clean. I'm gonna have to.
You have to start rolling.
Yeah, I'm gonna spray this to make sure the peanut butter doesn't stick.
So you're putting that directly into the, is that like a jelly roll pan?
It's a cookie sheet.
It's a regular cookie
Yeah.
sheet, okay. Well, you can see the size and how much that makes. That makes a lot.
Right. In the meantime, I'm gonna melt my chocolate.
So this is what kind, how much chocolate?
This is 1 pack, 12-ounce package of milk chocolate morsels. You want to
Milk.
get milk chocolate, not
Okay.
the semi-sweet.
Okay. All right, now what I've done while she's doing that is I have added my dry ingredients. Now we're just going to blend this. Blend it very well. Make sure all the sides gets incorporated. Yeah, go ahead.
You mind? They're clean.
I know they are. Not a problem.
It's
Let me
just
get
a
this
little
stuff out of the way
hard
so
with
we can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. That probably takes a little while to do that, huh?
Yeah, it does. You got to work with it just like dough.
Sure. Okay, and this is mixing up very, very well. Now, what I didn't tell you while she's spreading that out, in here I have a streusel topping. That's because it goes on top of this banana bread. 6 tablespoons of flour, 6 tablespoons of brown sugar packed, 3 tablespoons of butter at room temperature, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/3 cup of chopped walnuts. That's going on top of the banana bread. Okay? Let me scrape this baby down. Make sure we get it all in there. This will make enough for a huge loaf of banana bread or a couple small ones. We opted to go with the 2 smaller ones today. Or you can do those like mini, like this. Those are great because it doesn't go stale. You eat it, you enjoy it, doesn't go stale on you. I'm gonna give it one more whirl and we're ready. Okay, scrape it down, just like that. Get all off the, oh, that's going better than I thought it would. It looked like it was real dry.
It does take a little time, but
It probably, from the moisture of your hands too, huh?
yeah, it makes it smooth. So
Yeah.
you just make sure it's all even.
Right. Now, do you put the chocolate on there as soon as you get that out?
Yeah, you pour the chocolate on, and then you want to put it in the fridge to set for maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
And you don't want to go longer than that because then the chocolate can crack.
When you go to cut it?
Yeah, when you cut it. So.
Yeah. And you want that to be nice. You don't want it to be
Right.
cracked. Okay. All right, I'm going to put my bread in my pans, my batter. Lisa's going to keep doing that, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, more with gifts from the kitchen. Stay with us.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
If you're just joining us, we're doing gifts from the kitchen with Lisa, my niece, and she's just made peanut butter delights. And you see, this is the way it's supposed to look, right? When you get it all pushed.
Yeah, just make it nice and even in the pan, and then you want to melt your milk
This is milk
chocolate.
chocolate, okay.
Milk chocolate
So it's like a 12-ounce bag, right?
Right.
Okay. And then this is going to go in the fridge for only,
10 minutes.
okay, and really be careful. We even set a timer for that because if it gets set up too hard, when you go to cut it, it cracks.
Right.
And then what do? You have to eat them all. huh?
Yeah, that's
Can't give them to anybody. Oh, wow, maybe
That's
that's not a
right.
bad idea. Huh?
So
Oh,
you
that's
just want to
nice.
spread it all over top.
Yeah. And the cold makes it set up real easy.
Yeah,
huh?
it does.
Yeah. That's great. It smells so good. Okay, while she's finishing that, she's going to put it in the fridge. I'm going to start. This is something that's so simple, so easy, and you're going to love it because it's a quick and easy gift. You don't even have to cook. All you have to do is melt, okay? In here, I have 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. That's what I have here. Let me see if we get some action here. So far, we don't. Well, let me go through the instructions, okay? Or the ingredients. We have a bag of milk chocolate chips, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, and 1 cup of peanut butter. Now that's what I'm using for this. You can mix them up any way you want. Oh yeah, there we go. Works better when the tank's on, right? Thank you, Michael, ever the help. Okay, then I'm just going to add these ingredients to the sweetened condensed milk. And boy, what would we do without these bags of chocolate chips?
Oh,
Huh?
I know they're wonderful.
Especially at holiday time or when you're making gifts.
A lot
And
of chocolate.
I
Everybody
can't
likes
even imagine.
chocolate.
But we're going to put the whole bag, get this open better. There we go. The whole bag right in. And all we're doing with this really is we're going to melt it down. So you don't want this over real high heat. You certainly don't want it to scorch. If you have a nonstick saucepan, that would be the time to use it, because that will be your friend and it won't scorch. Chocolate is worst if it gets too hot, forget about it, right?
Yeah, it starts to clump.
Wads up on
That's
you, and I
right.
hate that. Okay, Lisa, while this is doing that, tell me what you're doing. Oh, look at
I'm
this.
going to decorate a happy birthday Jesus cake.
So you have your finished coat on 2-layer cake.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us what you did in the center.
I just got baby Jesus from my nativity set, and I made like a bed for him. And then I'm going to do a seashell border around the side, around the top. And I'm going to write Happy Birthday Jesus.
You put some of that glitter.
Yeah, and then put
Pretty nice.
iridescent glitter on it.
And you know, every year for probably 10, maybe 12 years, we've included this on our birthday, Happy Birthday
nice.
Jesus dinner on Christmas. And people tell me now they've started it as a tradition.
Yeah, it's
So
nice.
we thought it'd be nice if you
The-
would do that for us since you're
And
doing
he's
cake
the reason
decorating.
for the season. huh?
Absolutely. Okay, you get started.
Okay.
So we want to make sure. There we go.
It's kind of
Is
just
that
finishes
called
the
shell?
cake. Yeah, it's seashell border.
Okay.
Shell border. You could do a star border. Zigzag.
Whatever, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, while she's doing that, you can see already this is getting nice and warm. I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla. I'm always fascinated. If it's chocolate, why do you add the vanilla? I can't figure it out. I think it just enhances flavors. But anyway, when this comes up to it totally melted, here's what I want you to do. You get a tin, preferably a new one with a lid, and you butter it very, very well inside. You take your can from your sweetened condensed milk and you cover it with plastic wrap. You set that right in the center. Try to make sure you get it in the center, like that, okay? And just leave it sit there. That will be the center of your wreath. And when we get this melted, we'll pour that all around. It will set up because we'll decorate the top. And, wow, you work fast.
Yeah, I need a little turntable.
Yeah.
This is a buttercream icing.
Okay, we gave the recipe for that. You didn't mix it up, but we're including that in with our...
Yeah, it's just powdered
It's so
sugar.
pretty. You know, it's amazing what that edge does on a cake, huh?
It does. It really finishes a
it.
cake. I always used to take my 9x13 cakes in the pan.
Because you didn't want
to... Yeah, no, it's nice to...
take them out, huh?
Yeah, make it look neat.
Absolutely. You do them all the same size, and that's not hard to do, is it?
No,
Not at all.
develop a knack for it after a while.
Yeah. Now, you just colored that icing, right?
Yeah,
You
well,
just
I
made
used
it-
a little bit of chocolate, and
Okay.
I put that in with the white, and
It looks
and
nice
made
because
like
it looks
a beige.
royal.
Yeah.
Regal, yeah.
And then I'm going to write happy birthday on top.
Okay, now this is the part that I always have a problem with. Because sometimes, oh, you're doing it in the same color, okay.
Sometimes you hit an air bubble once in a while, so we'll see.
Sometimes
how-
you do, huh? Look at her go. You go, girl. Cool. One thing nice, you can start it wherever you want to because the position of the Christ child, it can be any position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
I'm going to write upside down here. Okay. And then I would have liked that to be on the bottom, but
It's all right. I love it. Oh, that's very nice. How simple.
yeah. And then we
Okay.
have the iridescent sprinkles. We can just
Where do you get
sprinkle.
those? Just at the
At a Candies cake and supply
pie
store.
place? How simple was that? And we'll put a,
Kind of looks like snow, huh?
yeah, sparklies.
Yeah.
It's all about Jesus, you know.
That's right.
It really is all about him. That's great. Okay, she's finishing that. I'm finishing this up. This is not quite melted enough, but you get the idea, and we'll show you at the end of the program the finished product. We have to wait on this to melt down and incorporate. Then we're just going to add half a cup of raisins, half a cup of chopped walnuts. Mix that in, and we just pour it around the center. You refrigerate it until it sets up about a half hour. Then you want, let me show you this because it's really important. Then you want to start to wiggle the can back and forth. You don't want to disturb the circle because that's the circle of the wreath. So you wiggle it back and forth and then take the plastic off. When you can get the can out, you're okay because the wax, this plastic wrap will come away from it very easily. And then you can push it back. If it pulls a little bit, you can push it back into shape. And then we just did the candy, cherries, red and green is clusters of holly. And then because there's walnuts, I like to let people know what nuts in there. Some people can't do pecans or whatever. And we just put those too. We have some to show you. When we come back, we're going to show you all the gifts from the kitchen from today.
Just go to ctvn.org/at-home to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/at-home to get today's recipes now.
We have one more real quick gift idea that we want to show you. What is that, Pringles?
Okay, this is 2 Pringles. You put
Put
2
them
Pringles.
together. 2 in the can of Pringles.
And then you
Dip them
just
halfway. Put them on wax paper.
Right. So
And
that
you
can
dip them twice or just once?
just once. Let's
Okay.
see.
And that's all you do. And when that's done, look what she does. She takes a little bag.
Well, this is, we aren't going to be able
Okay.
to use that.
But you let that
just
set
drizzle
up.
it. Mhm.
And she drizzles it with white chocolate. Look at that.
You just
Isn't
get
that a
the
nice-
white Nestle morsels, melt it, and
Yeah.
drizzle right
or
on
you could
top.
do that with a little
Just
plastic
like
bag.
that.
You cut the snip in the corner. Okay. She has them that way. Look here. She's got them in a tin like that, which is lovely. That's a nice gift. Okay, these are all gift ideas of doing the Pringles. Next to it, now I didn't get a chance to make that, but I'm giving you the recipe. This is shortbread cake, easy to do. It's got sour cream in it. That stuff is so good and buttery and delicious. Next to it is another way to do your Pringles. Another shortbread cake. Here's our streusel banana bread. I just put a few little cherries on top to brighten up for color. That is so moist. Different texture than regular cakes, almost on breads, almost like a cake. Love it. These are, Lisa, and you just drizzled this too,
yeah,
right?
the same way. Just put it in the bag.
With a little bit of white, and you say you have more control of the drizzle.
Yeah.
Because we've all done it with the forks, and they look lumpy.
And
doesn't
you get
look
a
good.
big blob.
There's
somewhere.
4 layers in this tin. What a lovely gift. Wouldn't you like to get that? Here is our wreath. This is the chocolate wreath with pecans and raisins, okay? And this is the wreath with white chocolate, sweetened dried cranberries, and pistachios. And in the center is the real reason for what we're doing here.
Well, that's for sure.
And this is the baby Jesus. Happy birthday, Jesus cake. You know, this makes it all worthwhile. It's very special time of the year. Get your kids in there. Let the kids get in and help you, right?
Right. Yeah, mine love to help.
I know. And we're going to get together to do those ice cream nut rolls. Her mother Pat, and me and her. That should be fun. We know what Pat's like. Okay, enough said. Hey, we're so glad you dropped by. We hope you gave you some hints today. Be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you. We'll see you then. Thanks, Lisa.
No, thank you.
Love you, honey.
Love you too.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.